So if I went completely broke and had to start again, and I had to go from zero to rebuilding my agency to 50K per month, this is exactly how I'd do it, but in half of the time. And the thing is, I've actually been in the situation where I firstly grew my first agency to 50K per month in around 6 to 12 months, and then lost it all and had to restart the agency and built it from 0 to 50K in under 90 days. And even though I built the second one in 90 days, there's actually a much faster way of doing it that I missed out on that I want to share in this video. So what I'm going to do here is walk you through exactly what you need to do step by step. If I was starting again, how I'd go from 0 to 10K, then from 10K to 30, from 30 to 50 as well, so that you can shortcut all the pain, all the lessons, all the sleepless nights, all the working all day for no results, and get there much faster than me. And this is exactly what I found in doing this for myself, in building the 2 agencies to 50K, but also in helping over 70 other marketing agencies in our program to go from 0 to 10, 0 to 20, or even all the way to 100K per month. Now, what I recommend for every single beginner that asks me what they should do if they're starting out, what I always recommend is that they start a performance-based lead gen agency. Now, I always recommend this as the best solution for a certain type of person. For me personally, when I was starting out, and I'll tell you the story about how I got started in a minute, but when I was first starting out, all the recommended things that I got when I was, going through the courses, going through YouTube, they'd always be like, okay, pick a niche that you're passionate about, pick something that you have experience in, pick something that you have a real enjoyment for. And then I was thinking there, like, bro, I'm just getting out of high school. I have no passions. Like, all I want to do right now is just start a business, make money, and not have to go to university. So there wasn't like some calling that I had. Like I didn't, want to help chiropractors or have this passion for like electricity companies, whatever. I didn't have any of this, right? I literally just wanted to make money. So what I recommend for people in that situation is do this, right? This will be the fastest way that you can just make money, do whatever you want, buy the Rolex, whatever. If you have like some passion, by all means, do that. But this it really isn't for them. So what I'd recommend if you're just starting, do a performance-based lead gen agency. So what you're doing for them, very simply, in our situation, I went to marketing agencies and I would say, hey, I run this business. I'll help you get in contact with qualified leads. You take the calls with them, you close the deals, and then you just pay me for every lead that you get. So that's it. The biggest problem that agencies have, and most service-based businesses, is that they don't have enough qualified sales calls. So if you can come in and you can fill that gap, firstly, you'll be the absolute savior of their company. And also you'll make them a ton of money and you'll be learning fantastic skills for yourself. And then the next question that I get, which is very logical, is, okay, Ethan, but I don't have the skills. I don't know how to do it. And that's the best part, because the thing is, by you figuring out how to book meetings and sign clients for yourself, so doing outreach, getting the meetings booked, taking the sales calls, you are learning the skills that you need to learn to deliver results, because you're doing the exact same thing that you're doing for yourself for your clients. And this is why I picked it when I was first starting out, and I'll tell you the story soon, because I knew that if I learned this, I learned the other by default. So you'll never be in a situation where it's like you sign a client, now it's like, okay, how do I do this? Like, how do I do YouTube ads? Like, you've never done it before. And even on top of that, another benefit is that because you're doing it on a performance basis at the start, you only get paid for qualified bookings. You don't risk anything for yourself or for your clients. And this is one of the biggest fears of people getting into the space, is that they know they want to sign clients, they know they want to charge high prices, but they're also scared that they're not going to get results. So it's like, you don't want to scam people because you have some like morals. So you want to sign clients, but you don't want to sign clients. So it's like, should I do the outreach? Should I not? And you have no conviction in what you do. But if you're in a situation where there's no risk for them, they understand that you're learning, you understand that you're learning, and that once you learn, then you can charge high prices. But right now you don't know it. So what you're going to do is you're going to get paid to learn. It's the absolute best situation to be in. So that's why I'd recommend it. Now, I just want to explain how I got into the space so that you can just replicate what I did, but 10 times faster. So when I was just finishing high school, I decided, look, I'm not going to study. I'm not going to go to university. So I ended up taking a gap year. Now, this is just a year off where you don't go to college. You pretty much, in my case, just stay at home with your parents. So I ended up just staying home with my family. But at this time, it was that virus. So it was like, I was telling my family, look, I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk the family. I don't want to get sick. They were like, oh man, that's such a great idea. You're sacrificing your studies. In reality, I was just like, I want to run this business. So I started the business. I did my first guru course. And just like everyone else who starts these courses, I just literally just copied what the guru guy did in the first place. So I was running a Facebook ad agency for e-com brands. And as you can imagine, if you've been in the space, that is a terrible niche to pick. If you're in that space right now, I feel very bad for you if you're just starting up, because it's so difficult. Because it's so competitive, it's so saturated. It takes so much just to sign a client, right? It's terrible. So after doing that for 7 months, not being able to book a single meeting, sign a single client, 7 months of just grinding, I figured out that I clearly need a different skill set. I clearly need to be doing something differently. So what I looked into was, what is something needed by the market that is always going to be needed, that's universally a problem? And what I realized was, I looked at myself and I was like, okay, I'm not getting bookings, I'm not getting sales. So it seems like that's a problem. And then what I realized, I was speaking to other people and they were seeing the exact same thing. So what happened at that time was, I decided, look, I'm going to invest into a mentorship where people teach you how to actually sign clients. And because I had no money, I had to just spend everything I could possibly on that mentorship so that I could learn how to sign clients. And then usually what people do is they learn how to sign clients, then they join another mentorship, another coaching to learn how to deliver. But I was like, I have no money, right? I had like $1,000 to my name living in South Africa. So I learned how to deliver results. I found a mentor. It was great. And then I just started, signing clients for myself. I booked meetings, I signed clients. And then I started doing that for my clients. And at first I was charging, just per booking, $100 per booking. Then I graduated to charging, let's say, a $2,000 setup and then $100 per booking. Then a $5,000 setup and then $200 per booking. And then eventually charging around $4,000 to $5,000 every single month on a retainer, plus 10% of the revenue that we helped them to generate. Right, so we were getting $5,000 per month per client using the exact step-by-step process that I'm recommending for you now, and you can get there 10 times faster. So that's how I got into the space. Now I want to walk you through what I would recommend for you if you want to get to the same outcome, but just 10 times faster. So like I was saying in the story, the first thing that you want to do is decide on your offer. Now, if you just want to copy what I'm doing, just do that. Like, it's perfectly fine. Like, this is what we do for everyone in our program right now. If they're just starting out, because we have these weekly calls, I just get onto calls with them and I just say, look, just copy what I'm doing. And they do that, they get results, it's very easy, it's very straightforward. They get to the first, like 10, 15K. Then at that point, if they want to change, by all means. But at the start, I'm like, just copy it. And we just give them the systems, the outreach, the sales process, everything. It's pretty straightforward. But again, you can join the program if you want. There's info in the description, but honestly, you don't need it if you just use this information. Now, the first thing that you want to do is pick your offer. The best offer that I found for lead gen, for marketing agencies, is we'll help you get 10 to 30 qualified appointments every single month on a complete pay and results basis, right? That is the offer, right? And the thing is, it's so straightforward and it works so well. Then what I would do next is I would use LinkedIn. And the reason that I use LinkedIn is because, firstly, it's better than email, right? Doing cold email, because you can put content on there. So you can put, let's say, your YouTube videos, you can put, resources, case studies, you can put it on your profile. So whenever someone sees your profile, they get like warmed up. They're like, okay, this guy isn't a complete robot, or like some random guy in like Asia. What you can do on LinkedIn, and what I would do if I was starting again, optimize my profile. You can just check my LinkedIn, check it after the video, and then just model that, put content on there. Then I would post content every single day, post case studies, post wins, post lessons that I learned in trying to get clients. And then I would send 20 voice notes every single day pitching my service. Now you might be thinking, why voice notes? That's weird. I don't want to do that. There was a time where I booked 79 meetings in 30 days with qualified prospects using just voice notes, sending 20 per day on LinkedIn. This was my strategy. Like, the strategy was so good that people were paying me 5, 10, 15,000 for that method. So by all means, use it. It's really good. And doing that every single day, you should be booking at least 1 to 2 appointments per day using that, sending 20 voice notes, okay? So then what you're going to do, because your offer is so appealing, because there's no risk, you're going to sign clients very easily. You could do it within the first few days. I genuinely mean that. Like, within 48 to 72 hours, you could have a client. I know people who have joined the program who have signed a client via DM. They didn't even get onto a call. They just sent the voice note, sent some messages, went back and forth a little bit and signed. Like, it's that easy. So do that. Get on calls, sign the client. You don't even need a sales process. Like, it's that straightforward. All you need to do, genuinely, is just send the voice note, pitch the services, get them onto a call. Then when you're on the call, just say, look, I want to ask you some quick questions, help me understand your goals, where you are, what's stopping you from getting there. Then you figure out who you want to get them in contact with, how they're currently doing it, what methods they have, what's their offer, all of that, and just get started. Like, genuinely, that is it. And then optionally, you can charge a setup cost. So let's say around $500, $1,000 one time, and then $100 per booking. Most of the people in the program right now, they charge, let's say, their first setup of like $750, $100 per booking. Then it's straightforward. If you just want to guarantee that you get clients, you can just do no setup cost. Then you get the client on, you figure out how to get results, which is exactly what you're doing right now. You can even do the voice notes again. Then you do that, you get a case study, because they'll start signing clients, get the case study. Now you use this case study to start getting more clients. So you get case study, just give me like a testimonial form. You could either interview them, or they can just do like a quick video testimonial thing. And then You post this on your LinkedIn, put it in your featured section, and I would stay using the normal pitch, but I would just add the case study on top of that. And then when you get people onto calls, you can immediately charge a higher price. So let's say 1,500 setup, 2,000 setup, 100 per appointment. But then instead of, you're not speaking from the frame of this is what could be done on the sales call. On the sales call, when let's say someone asks you a question like, how do you find your leads? What you would say is, for our past client, right? And you mention the details like, this is what we did in the past and it worked and you got these results. Everything that you say is going to have so much more potency because you're speaking from experience. You're going to have the conviction, but also the prospect is, because they're going to hear, okay, this worked already for someone like me. And this is like, people don't talk about this, but this is actually what's going to allow you to charge higher prices. You could technically charge 10,000 from the start, but you're not going to have the conviction because you have nothing backing you up. So by doing this, by having the actual confidence that you're good at what you do, no one talks about this, but you actually need to be good at what you do. Then it'll allow you to get more. And then you're going to sign clients on a 2K setup, 3K setup, 4K setup. And then you're going to keep doing this until you get around 3 to 5 clients. And at this point, your capacity is going to be near maxed out in the sense that you're doing all of the work yourself. So you're going to have less time and you're going to be scattered between like 5 clients and you have outreach and you have sales calls. So the next logical step is either you can keep raising your prices, or what I'd actually recommend is getting someone on the team. And then what I would do is, and as a side note, this is going to be a super short overview of it because, we talk about this for like 10 hours in our content in the program. But documenting exactly what you're doing to get results, put it in a location where it's publicly available to your team, and then hire, let's say a VA or a friend that you know for $300 a month, and then they'll just follow the process for you. So essentially, let's say you're making at this point around 10K a month, you would essentially be paying someone $300. So you'd be profiting $9,700 and you'd be doing no work. Like, it can get to that point. So you get someone on the team, they're going to do what you're doing on the delivery side. This allows you to free up time, book more meetings, sign more clients, and then eventually get more people in. So at a certain point, you can have, let's say 4 people on the team, they're doing the delivery. You have around 20 clients, you're making around 50K per month, and you're just focused on the acquisition, right? That is how I would get there as fast as possible if I was starting yet. So if you would like, more information, one-on-one support, hours and hours of content on how to do this, I would check the link in the description and you can book a time with myself or someone on the team to walk you through what the program would actually look like. By all means, you don't have to do it, but if you just want to fast track your success, get to 50, 100K, then that's there for you. And if you found this valuable, subscribe for more and I will talk to you in the next one.